So there are only a few things that are certain to get you on the wrong side of me on this channel. And the number one way to do it is to make a disingenuous attack on Joe Rogan. He is the most visible person in our community, and people love going, you know what Joe Rogan did? And then they say something that involves like a long opinion that Joe Rogan had or someone on his show, and they reduce it down to one sentence, and then they go, look at this guy. He's disgusting. He's a threat to democracy. And you're like, what are you talking about? Now, what if I told you that one of the people who has now publicly said that he could beat Joe Rogan up in a fight is running for president of the United States? That would be a topic too good to be true. Too good for me to pass up. Bottom line. Way too good for me to pass up. And then on the same day, I found someone who said that Joe Rogan is a terrible person who shares horrible information and opinions. And I found a clip of them sharing probably the most disgusting thing I have literally ever heard in my life. Jesse, are you being hyperbolic? No, I'm actually not. This is the worst clip I've ever heard of a human being speaking publicly about anything, okay? I'm serious about that, all right? Think about the worst things you ever heard a person say, and this is worse than that. Promise you. And it's a very public person. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't really decide. I think I'm going to do the presidential run first because that's hilarious. And then when you listen to the second part, you're going to go, oh, that's not funny at all. I know. That's not funny at all. I just wanted to show you what an absolute piece of human trash this guy is. And so we're going to do that. Those are the two things we're going to do today. Now, if you are itching for Jesse on Fire UFC content, guess what? There is some new stuff up on Jesse on Fire After Hours. I went and did the UFC 294 stuff. I talked about the Kamaru Usman and Khamzat Chimaev fight versus the Costa versus Khamzat Chimaev, who was more likely to beat Khamzat. And then I did Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira against Islam, same exact thing. And then who's more likely to win as a short notice fighter, Kamaru versus Volkanovski. It's a very extensive video, and it's on Jesse on Fire After Hours, and you can go check that out right now. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, why don't you go ahead and do that? It's a very expansive channel where I talk about all kinds of things. I am so excited. I hate both these guys. I'm just going to say that in advance. Listen, you know what you don't hear me say very often? I hate blah, blah, blah. I don't say that. I don't say that at all. I don't even come close to hating Logan Paul. I've been talking about this like I probably like Logan Paul as long as he just, isn't talking about bankrupting people. Logan's not even in the conversation. There are very few people that I'm like, I hate that guy. But I hate both these guys in this video. I can't wait to talk about it. Now, let's go first. What delusional dumbbell who thought they could beat up Joe Rogan would be running for president? Who would you guys guess? Who would you guess? Yeah, that's right. Everybody's favorite Jabba the Hutt impersonator, Cenk Uygur, is running for president. And we are going to watch him talk about this a little bit. And then we're going to discuss back when he went through his I'm going to beat up Joe Rogan phase, because I don't think that'll ever get old. It's priceless. He is the toughest guy on YouTube, minus about, every single person in our community. And then another 150,000 people, I've been fighting my whole life. That's how I know I could take Joe Rogan. You guys didn't know that I've been fighting my whole life, but I have. Joe Rogan is a black belt in gi jiu-jitsu, no-gi jiu-jitsu, and he's a state champion in Taekwondo. Walk me through how you win that fight. Well, I've been fighting my whole life. A person who'd been fighting their whole life would know that that is not a proper response to why you'd beat up Joe Rogan, idiot. You look like you could beat Joe Rogan in a donut eating contest for sure. You would smash him in a donut eating contest. That would not be close. But if it came to moving quickly with precision, speed, and destructive force, I don't know, man. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. So you're fucked, Cenk. All right, so let's just watch just a little bit of this because he is such an idiot, man. Listen to this.
As a guest is Cenk Uygur.
Yes.
Oh, his name's Cenk?
You do have this big announcement, although you've already kind of made it on the set of Breaking Points, but now it's official.
Yeah. No, I had not yet made up my mind, but I have now, and I have filed. I will be running for president of the United States of America. Coming, JankForAmerica.com, and the idea here, guys, is let's change the course. Right now, Joe Biden is down 24 points in the economy, 19 points on jobs when he actually did better on jobs than Trump did. He's down 13 points from where he was in 2020. He is not going to win. I am running. Yes, I am a break glass in case of emergency candidate.
Oh, so hold on. Hang on for a second. So Joe Biden's not going to win. And I agree, probably, so many things are on the up and up, but I agree. But Cenk Uygur is gonna win. Hey, you're gonna win. I love this guy, man. I love it. We're not even getting into politics here. We're really not. Like, this is not a political thing, okay? Like, we're not, if you're a Democrat and this hurts your feelings, then you are missing the point. I'm talking about this fat, dumpy moron who talks shit about our combat sports, brethren or godfather, I guess, as it were. Okay. Oh, you're the guy, Cenk Uygur? So let me just get this straight. Joe Biden in politics for like 50 years, right? Clearly, probably is not going to win a spelling bee against anyone right now. I think if you play Trivial Pursuit with him, even though he's 125 years old, probably he's going to have a hard time remembering most of the answers, even though he lived through every single one of them going back to 1819. You know what I mean? So, keeping that in mind, I would say he still has 100 times better chance of winning than you because you have absolutely no credibility. You're stupid. You're out of shape. You say idiotic things like that you could beat Joe Rogan in a fight. I have watched you talk for the last however many years. I've never seen you say anything smart ever. Not once. And I might not be smart, but at least I'm clever, and at least I'm funny, and at least I know that Joe Rogan would beat me in a fight. You fucking idiot. All right, so I could show you more of this, but I really just wanted to point that out so that everybody can share in this laugh, and all of you guys collectively can say, hey, Cenk, if you were the president of the United States, seriously, for real, it's the end of that's it, dude. That's it for real. If you are an actual, in emergency, let's go to this dimwit on YouTube for president of the United States. Hey, dude, just because you wear a suit doesn't make you smart, okay? You have been shilling nonsense your entire career, okay? What possible reason would you be a better option for president than any other human being on earth? I would literally, in all seriousness, vote for Logan or Jake Paul over Cenk Uygur. Swear to God I would. Swear to God. If it was like, well, we can either have Logan Paul or Cenk. I'm like, well, at least Logan will listen to people, What about Jake? For sure, dude. Both those guys would be like, hey, advisors, I'm busy training for this boxing. Tell me what I should do. Cenk would be like, hey, listen, man, I could beat up Joe Rogan. I could climb Mount Everest by myself. I don't need anybody to take me up the mountain. I can do it myself. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Get out. You don't know what I could do. Get out. Now, we need to talk about Afghanistan. I know we're going to get you prepped on that. I don't need any prep. I am the guy that can get it done. I don't need anyone to tell me anything about anything. Me, Cenk Uygur. God, that is absurd. Okay, so let's move over to the second part of this, which is a little bit more, not even a little bit. This is way more serious. So, who are we talking about? What person who is very, very famous in the same vein as Joe Rogan and is probably, well, it's Howard Stern, all right? Wait until, I'm not even going to prep this, dude, okay? I'm not even going to prep this. You tell me if you've ever heard a person say a worse thing than this, ever in your entire life, okay? So this is Howard Stern commenting on the Columbine event. And for those of you who were born 5 minutes ago, Columbine was the first really huge, serious mass shooting. And it was in 1999. And the Columbine kids, Klebold and it's two guys. They went in with Tech 9s and a bunch of other things, and they murdered all the popular kids in their high school. It was one of the most shocking tragedies ever. And it was also before people became desensitized to this also. This is obviously incredibly tragic every single time. But this was the very first one. And listen to what this slimy, disgusting sucker says. Now prepare yourself. This is probably one of the gnarlier things I've ever heard an adult human say. Let's go.
All right.
This is Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I lived like a mile and a half from the school, man. I had a couple friends that were there, and I talked to them yesterday.
What'd they say?
They said that it was just a bunch of chaos, shooting, and...
Boy, a bunch of good-looking girls go to that school. That guy was right. The guy who called in, he was a little too excited, but... There was like really good-looking girls running out of there with their hands over their heads.
Yeah, I'd say the bomb teams are still working.
Did those kids try to have sex with any of the good-looking girls? They didn't even do that. At least if you're going to go kill yourself and kill all the kids, like, why wouldn't you have some sex?
So just to translate that, right? Just to make sure that you don't confuse the words he's saying with what he's actually saying, is he's saying that if you're going to go murder half the student body, especially the popular kids, you may as well, what's the right way to put this? Put the gun on the hot teenage girls, 14, 15, 16, and what rhymes with grape them before you murder them and kill yourself. That's what this guy just said. He actually just said that. Think about that verse. I mean, that's crystal clear. Is that a funny joke? I mean, first of all, it doesn't even sound like he's joking, honestly. To be really honest with you, it doesn't even sound like he's joking. I just want to make sure you hear that again, because there's no room for interpretation. That is 100% what he said. And you tell me, does he sound like he's joking?
It was cool, man. I had a couple friends that were there, and I talked to them yesterday.
What'd they say?
They said that it was just a bunch of chaos, shooting, and...
Boy, a bunch of good-looking girls go to that school. That guy was right. The guy who called in, he was a little too excited, but... There was like really good-looking girls running out of there with their hands over their heads.
Yeah, I'd say the bomb teams are still working.
Did those kids try to have sex with any of the good-looking girls? They didn't even do that. At least if you're going to go kill yourself and kill all the kids, like, why wouldn't you have some sex?
Yeah, I would think that I would want some sex, probably.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to kill some people, I'd take them out with some sex.
Any of you guys have daughters? I have an 11-year-old, pretty goddamn close to that age, you know? She'll be in high school in 3 years. 3 years from right now. My little child that I drive to jiu-jitsu, this piece of shit thinks it's funny, or might actually be serious, that he thinks that, you know, if you're going to murder a bunch of people there, you should, before they go out, obviously, you know, make sure that you assault, you know, I just know you're not allowed. Make sure that you grape them on the way out. This is a guy who has never once been canceled. Just for the record, this dude has you never seen anybody go at Howard Stern. Why? Why do you think? Like, think about the kinds of things people say and they get exposed for it. Now, this was 24 years ago. Okay, does that matter in 2023? Does it matter when someone said a thing? Obviously not. Russell Brand. This is the worst thing I've ever heard a person say ever. I've never heard a person say a worse thing. He's not done either.
I guess they were getting a rush from what they were doing.
They said when these guys were really against the good-looking girls because the good-looking girls wouldn't pay attention to them. And like the good-looking girls would be begging them to live, and they go, "You don't have to beg because you're going to be dead in a minute."
Yeah, don't cry because you're
don't cry. Yes.
Really puts into perspective what an actual bad person looks like. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy for me. This is what I'm saying. It's like, it's like I can make fun of Jank, who's just a self-aggrandizing, egotistical moron. You know, like he's just dumb. Very inflated opinion of himself and dumb. Really, really dumb. Okay? Logan, the more I think about it, the more he just looks kind of pussy whipped to me, to be honest. You know? Like, the more I think about it, it's like, you know, he's like, I just want him to stop it. I want him to stop. We will do whatever we have to do. And he's trying to look tough for his lady, whatever. I genuinely do not think that Logan Paul's like an evil bad guy. He was doing a very bad thing, gloating about bankruptcy, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know. This is what an actual bad person looks like, okay? Howard Stern's not a kid. As a matter of fact, I think he has kids, dude. I think he has kids. That you think that's a joke you can make? It's not even a fucking joke. It doesn't even sound like a joke. He sounds totally serious to me. I mean, geez, man, if you're going to go whack out all the kids, why would you not sexually assault the 15-year-olds there on their way out? I mean, look, you're about to die anyway, so why don't you, like, that's the kind of thing where I actually might agree with a person's career getting jacked. You know what I mean? Like, geez, you know, Kevin Hart said smash a dollhouse on their head. Shut the fuck up, man. It's a joke, okay? It's a joke. That's a fucking joke. Joe Rogan used the N-word when he was talking about how, like, you know, the power of said word in an analytical fashion. Oh, geez, let's just kick him out of the country. Shut the fuck up, man. You know, there's a million things I've seen people get hammered for, you know, like hammered for. Oh, you think that boys that are 6'8" and have a huge flopping penis still should just be able to say they're a girl and then join the swim team and still be attracted to girls? The girls have to change in front of them in the locker room. And the girls are like, we don't feel comfortable with this at all. Shut up. Shut up, girl. You transphobic little freak. You can either get naked in front of that straight guy who's saying that his name is Tina or Leah or whatever her name is. And if Tina or Leah gets hard, you go take care of that for him. You don't want to be transphobic, do you? You don't want to be transphobic, do you? Canceled. You know, there's that. Or you could have a 40-year-old man, right? How old is he? 60-something? That's in 99. 40-year-old man publicly suggest that school shooters who just committed one of the most insane mass murders in the history of the country on children should have graped the children that they murdered first. That guy's got a career. No one's ever cancel culturing him. Just uncovered that. Where are the pitchforks for him? Why not? Why do you think? Who's he voting for? You know? Who's he more likely to vote for? Sank and Biden or someone else? You know? He's all in on old Joe. He's all in on get triple vaxxed. And so somehow he can get away with that fucking clip. It's one of the most unreal. Like, I heard that and I went, wow, dude. How can I jam this? How can I jam this topic onto my main channel so I could stick my hand down this guy's throat and rip his fucking esophagus out? How? So hopefully this worked out and this kind of makes sense for it to be on my channel, because that guy is one of the worst human beings on earth. I can't imagine anybody still listens to his shit. He's gross, man. Ugly and disgusting. Fuck him, dude. Anyway, that's enough. Bye.